Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Zay Parker, aka the Chocolate Charles Xavier, aka Quarantine Huevo, and new nickname alert, aka the Blurred Bandit. And we back with another episode of the Zay Day podcast. Thank you for joining me, guys. Another week, everybody. I hope it was blessed. Least stress as possible, and we're here to the weekend, man. Cheers to the weekend. Hopefully everybody's going to enjoy themselves in some shape, form, or fashion. So we're going to have to get into the biggest thing that's taking over the news headlines, social media, everywhere. The election has indeed happened. I got up probably 40 minutes before the polls opened. I voted in person and waited in line in the cold, and it probably took me like 20 minutes to wait in line to vote the day of the election, and I got in, I got out, and here we are now, and we still do not know who the president is. Currently we're waiting for Georgia, Philadelphia, and Nevada. I think North Carolina also is undecided too. I think they have a lot of electoral college votes. But, I mean, based off of what I'm watching, I've been looking at multiple news sources, MSNBC, CNN, even Fox News. I've been checking them out as well, too, just trying to figure out exactly where the standings are. And it looks like it's projecting that Joe Biden is going to win before Donald Trump even gets anywhere close to it. Because right now, I've seen from 263 to 214 and like 254 to 213, so he's got a considerable lead on the electoral college votes, and I am ecstatic. Still just kind of holding my breath because it's like I just don't want to get my hopes up, because I don't want to feel that disappointment and anger that I felt in 2016 when Hillary lost and Donald Trump, the Cheeto in chief, became the president of the United States of America, which I still am just waiting to wake up from the dream. And, just like, 2020 sounds crazy. It'll be January 1st of 2020. I'm still waiting to wake up. We still have a chance. This might all be like a collective dream. We might all be in the Matrix, because it's been a weird 4 years, to say the least. It's been crazy and emotional roller coaster. And it's continuing with this election right now in the middle of a pandemic. You can just kind of feel the tensions in the air. You're seeing people on the news, so there are people that are rioting. There were some looters. It wasn't nothing super duper crazy. Not like they were like burning down whole police precincts or burning down Walmarts or anything like that. But I am seeing some alarming videos online of like Trump supporters calling people niggers, and like just they got their guns on them. Like one video I watched, it was probably about 10 to 15 men and women that were Trump supporters, and a girl that was wearing a Biden Kamala Harris shirt, and they was calling her a nigger, and they was calling her a nigger bitch, and all type of stuff, man. A man threatened to fight her. He literally went up to her and told her to square up with him. A grown man. And this girl looked like she had to be in her early 20s, probably, right? He had an assault vest on. He had some holders on the side. He had at least 2 pistols on him, on that holder, and he took it off, handed it to somebody, and told that woman to square up with him. And they calling her a nigga bitch and all type of stuff, man. It's crazy. Now, I do know there's people that are far on the left that are doing that as well too, that may be a little bit more violent, but I'm not seeing it like that, honestly. But I mean, I have to admit there's crazy people on both sides. Unfortunately, there's the far left and the far right. It's just, they're destroying the country right now. The far left and the far right is like, you just feel the tension, man. And then if you're like me and you're on the spectrum, I line in the middle. I wouldn't even call myself a Democrat. I'm more of an independent, but my values and morals and what I want out of the economy and the United States does lean more towards the Democratic Party, especially compared to Donald Trump. No, this man is evil, yo. And he's crazy. Evil and crazy. But, I fall in the middle of the spectrum, and it's just like, you can just feel the tension in the air. Like I said before, I live in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, the capital, in the South. And man, it just feels weird. It's like an awkward silence in the air almost. Like people are talking, but it's just like a weird eeriness just floating or aura around everything that's going on. I spoke to my mother. She called me last night, probably like 9:30, close to 10 o'clock. And I talked to her again today. And she was telling me about a friend that told her in Charlotte that the Ku Klux Klan, is supposed to be out this weekend trying to kidnap black kids and, and do whatever, be violent, and to watch out. I was telling another one of my friends, I was talking to her about what my mother had told me. And then she was telling me that she heard the same thing as well from her parent. And it's unfortunately the way the U.S. is going right now, and just the stuff that I'm seeing on social media, the videos, as well as, again, just the tension. You could just feel it in the atmosphere. It is just, it's almost unbearable, and it's just so awkward, and you're just very tense. I got my head on a swivel. I'm not going to hold you. Like, I'm not being fearful, but I'm not going to be caught off guard. I'm paying attention to my surroundings because, unfortunately, you don't know what might happen next. I mean, that's kind of been the tone of 2020 all years. Just every day it feels like it's something new, and it's just so emotionally and mentally draining. Like, for me, I feel like the quarantine and the pandemic hasn't really hit me completely hard, but this last couple of weeks is just, I think I felt the weight of it all, and then the election on top of it is just the icing on the cake for anxiety and stress for, I'm pretty sure, majority of people, probably people listening and watching this right now. Oh yeah, by the way, we're back on YouTube, guys. So definitely go to youtube.com/Zay Parker to find me. The link's going to be in the episode notes below, as well as with the rest of my social media. And oh, by the way, my Patreon link. Oh, that's crazy. That's on there too. For as little as $5 a month, man, you can support your boy. We up here doing YouTube, doing big things. Look at the video. It's beautiful. We got the lights in the back, man, the high def camera. Come on, man. And that's thanks to the Patreon. So thank you, Patreon. And just $5 a month, guys. You spend at least $5 a day. That's a Starbucks coffee. That's a combo number 2 at McDonald's. Hey, why don't you help your boy out? Show some love. Back to what we were talking about before, the election. But it's just, I'm ready for it to be over, because at the end of the day, we're going to find out eventually, right? I am mentally preparing myself. If worst case scenario, Donald Trump does win the election, even though it's not looking likely at all based off of the numbers that you're seeing everywhere. But again, you just never know. He's challenging it in the courts. A lot of judges I saw today in Philadelphia, the judge there, he tossed out Donald Trump wanting to recount the votes and challenging, saying that that's fake votes and they're lying about the numbers. He went on live. He was doing a press conference last night, right? And I didn't even watch it, okay? Because I'm not giving him any type of ratings. This man is such an egomaniac that any type of rating would just make him feel good about himself, and I wouldn't even want to give him the satisfaction of me looking at it a millisecond on MSNBC or CNN or Fox News or wherever at, right? But shortly after, he didn't even finish the whole press conference. They shut it down like 30 seconds into it, because Donald Trump just started spewing out that he's confirmed that the election was rigged. And then as soon as he started talking that crazy shit, everybody turned it off. And I am so proud of these news outlets for doing that, especially Fox News, where we all know the Fox News is definitely right-leaning a lot, and they definitely have painted Donald Trump in a positive image this entire 4 years, and all the way up to yesterday in the election as well too. But yeah, man, like, he is losing it. He's like that old grandpa that just has dementia, He'll forget your name, and then you try to tell him what your name is. He get mad at you, yelling at you. You know who I'm talking to. We all got that. Come on, man. And it's just sad. He's unraveling, and he's just you can hear the desperation. He's in such denial, and it feels like he really thinks he's going to like will himself back into winning the election, and like he's going to will that the votes and the election was rigged for Biden to win and Kamala Harris, and the Electoral College is wrong, the states have been wrong. That's not what's happening right now. And go ahead and pack your bags, pack it up, get Melania and the kids out of there, go back to Mar-a-Lago, wherever you want to go, man. Get the hell out of the White House. Please, expeditiously, whatever T.I. be saying, right? But the thing is, the memes that I have been seeing, though, have been a light in these dark days. The internet has been taking full advantage of this election and making fun of Donald Trump the entire time, as well as making fun of Joe Biden a little bit as well too. They have been so hilarious, so funny, man. But that's how we cope, right? With everything that's been going on in 2020, and just again within the last 4 years, especially, memes and humor is just a coping mechanism at this point in time. Why, if it's happening, unfortunately, and as well as black men and black women being murdered by the police, it's like you just deep down, you just kind of remind yourself that it's probably going to happen again. So mentally prepare myself so I don't feel that heartbreak I did when Trayvon Martin got killed and George Zimmerman got off, right? And having these memes is kind of like a little social. It's like a mental health break a little bit, man. A little humor, a little laughter, just kind of gives us, even if it's a second, a break from the harsh reality that we're living in right now, right? But, this is what's going on. We're going to keep watching these elections closely. I'm trying not to watch the news too much. And same thing with everybody else, guys listening to the podcast. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to win at the end of the day. But let's try our best to limit the anxiety and stress out. Because at first I was looking at the news like every 10 minutes, it felt like, because I was so anxious about figuring out where's Joe Biden at? Where's Donald Trump at? What's going on? What states are they winning right now? What's going on? Are people acting crazy? And now I've been limiting myself to like 3 times a day that I actually go to the news. I'm on Facebook pretty regularly and Instagram. Zay Parker on all social media, so find me on there. Links to those in the episode description. But, if I see an article on there about the election, I might look at it if it looks like it's from a reputable source. But I get on CNN, MSNBC, like in the morning when I first wake up in the morning at 3 o'clock for work. Maybe like in the middle of the day. And then just right before I go to bed, just so I can kind of keep myself updated. I'm trying to limit my exposure and screen time to the election because, again, the voting's done. There's no more ballots being casted. They're just counting up the ones that are left over that were mailed in absentee. So we just gonna have to wait, guys, and keep the anxiety down, and let's not freak out and just act crazy or start deleting our social media like Travis Scott did on Halloween. Now you're probably wondering why Travis Scott deleted his Instagram. The reason why, and Travis Scott got all these deals. He got a deal with McDonald's, and his food at McDonald's is fire, yo. It really is. It is good. But he deleted his IG, his whole Instagram, because he went as Batman for Halloween. But it was like an all brown Batman suit instead of black, and it was kind of like his skin tone too. It was very close to his skin tone, and it just kind of looked like he was kind of like in a nude colors, nude suit, and extra bulky, and had his face covered up. And it was kind of cool. Like, I didn't see the big deal about it, but people on the internet took task in roasting this man to obliteration and set this man to the next dimension with their level of roasting. Mr. Travis Scott, Mr. Cool, he bagged Kylie Jenner. He got a kid. He got to deal with McDonald's. He got to deal with he's got to deal with PlayStation, with Sony. He's on all type of PS5 commercials right now. This man is winning 2020. And he posts one picture on IG of his Batman costume that is the color of his skin, basically. And the pressures of being roasted in the comments made him delete his whole Instagram. He took his whole stuff down. And that's crazy. Because now it's kind of like, bro, you're supposed to be cool, calm, and collective. And now it's like you deleted your whole IG because people were roasting you, telling you look like a big cockroach you look like Roach Man instead of Batman. And it's like, or a fudge sickle popsicle. That was a funny one. That was probably my favorite one. Somebody put like a lineup of him in the Batman costume next to like a fudge sickle ice cream bar. That was funny. But he deleted his Instagram, and people are definitely going to go way harder on you now, especially that you deleted your whole IG over it too. Like, he should have just left the Instagram post up, took the jokes, we would have moved on, man. He could have dropped a track the next day, something like that, and then we would have been good to go. We would have forgot about it. We got the election going on in 3 days. You could survive being roasted on on Instagram and social media for 3-4 days, right? But you went ahead and deleted your whole IG, my guy, your whole Instagram and social media. So now it's like, bro, whenever the world opens back up and he's doing concerts, or even if he's out and about, people see him out in public. If he's out like that right now during the pandemic, bro, the first thing they're gonna start singing the Batman song, Batman. They're gonna be singing that all the time. They're gonna be roasting him, bro. They might throw like batarangs at him or something like that. Who knows, man? It's 2020. Anything is possible. He should have just left it up. He shouldn't have been a sore sport. And he should have just chalk it up to the game, man. Everybody gets made fun of, man. It's life. And it's funny too, especially, like I said, I was reading the comments. Granted, if it was me, maybe I would feel a different way if millions of people were commenting and telling me how stupid and dumb I looked. But at the end of the day, you're still Travis Scott, and you probably a millionaire at this point in time, and probably get free McDonald's whenever you want to. And I know for a fact he definitely got a PS5 for free, and he's probably had it for the past 2 months already. So, I mean, who really won at the end of the day? Travis Scott? I don't know. I don't know. But since we're talking about Travis Scott, Kylie Jenner, and that whole Kardashian Jenner clan, and this goes back to the election as well, too. Kanye West. So we remember Kanye West was running for presidency. I talked about it on the podcast many episodes ago. He was in Charleston, and he went off the rails again, saying something crazy here in South Carolina, and it was just bananas. And at that point in time, I was trying to be on his side as much as possible, trying to look objectively, and trying to go to a place of understanding of Kanye. But after that whole speech and campaign trail that he did in Charleston, and the fact that he was planning to take away and distract people from the real topics at hand and the real candidates that are really gonna make some change, and now the election has passed, that has come to fruition. My frustration and anger with Kanye right now, and just the people that voted for him. Over 60,000 people throughout the U.S. voted Kanye West for presidency. Guys, 60,000 people voted Kanye for presidency, yo. What are we doing? What are we doing? 60,000 people throughout the U.S., and literally the election, they are like neck and neck in a lot of these states that we're waiting on to see where these electoral college votes are going to go. 60,000 votes to go either way is definitely, I would believe, more than enough to tip the scale. And maybe we would already know who the president is currently right now. But 60,000 Americans wrote in his name, because he wasn't here in South Carolina, but I saw on my social media that people were legit saying they voted for Kanye. I don't know if they were trolling or not, but 60,000 people is a lot of people to me, especially in the grand scheme of things with the election going on. And these people, you wasted a vote. I don't like saying that, because this is America, this is a democracy. As much as I hate Donald Trump, and I feel that people that did vote for him are selfish and they do not care about civil rights, they care more about money than people, economics, and not equality. These people just threw their vote away. They might as well threw their vote away in such a crucial time for Kanye West. Like, what are we doing? Now, granted, I don't know if a lot of people said they felt uninspired by both candidates, and that's why a lot of people said they didn't want to vote this year. Maybe these people wrote Kanye West in, but voted for their local election, something that mattered to them. Firsthand, something on a ground level basis. Maybe they voted for their Senate, try to get a governor out of there. Who knows, right? I'll try to give them that benefit of the doubt on that side locally, but even then, I still think and believe and I feel that it's just unexcusable to do that with Kanye, to just waste your vote on Kanye West. And the thing is, we're not a bipartisan system by law. It's just by habit. We've been doing it forever, for years and years and generations here in the U.S. People have been voting really Republican or Democratic, but you got independent parties, you got the Green Party. There's more than there's here in South Carolina. There's probably about 4 different parties, including the Republicans and the Democrats, right? So it's like if you felt that uninspired by the Republicans and the Democrats in your state and wherever you're at in the U.S., you should have did the research yourself, not be lazy and just vote Kanye because you're trolling and you think it's funny and you just feel uninspired. You could have. There's options. You don't have to pick Republican. You don't have to pick Democrat. Like I said earlier in the podcast, I'm an independent. I feel personally, I don't subscribe to being a Democrat. I'm definitely not a Republican. But, what I say, like I said earlier, a lot of my stuff does lean Democratic, but some of the stuff the Republicans be talking about makes a lot of sense as well, too. So I can't hold you and sit there and say that a lot of the stuff they're saying is wrong, too, on that token. But it's just so frustrating to see how close this race is. And again, 60,000 people voted Kanye, and we are like on a thin line between 4 more years of Donald Trump, and we're at least getting something new in there right now. Joe Biden is an actual politician. Kamala Harris has been a DA for a majority of her career, right? Joe Biden was the vice president. He knows what it's like to work in the White House. He's the most qualified between him and Donald Trump. And people just threw their vote away to Kanye. Just crazy, guys. Just crazy, but man, like I said, things are looking up and looks like Biden's going to win. So hopefully by the time this podcast drops, I just look on the news and they say Biden won the election. So we'll see, man. That's all we can do is wait. But you know who I think these people are that vote for Kanye? You know what type of people I think they are? I think the 60,000 people that voted for Kanye probably like to eat at Arby's all the time. They probably eat at Arby's at least 4 to 5 times during the week. And you're probably wondering, Xavier, why are you talking about Arby's? What are you talking about? How would you know that these people that voted for Kanye like Arby's like that? Well, somebody's got to like Arby's like that, because in the news recently, the owner of Arby's has just recently purchased Baskin & Robbins and Dunkin' Donuts for $11 billion. $11 billion. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. I've probably went to Arby's in my lifetime, I've probably been to Arby's 6 times. And I can tell you the last time I went to Arby's, it made me so sick that I swore off Arby's. I would never go there again. If I was to ever eat at Arby's, the most I might get is some mozzarella sticks or some French fries. I'm not getting those sandwiches. Those sandwiches almost took your boy out. I'll never forget it. I was at work and everything. I was on my lunch break, and I was closer to home, and I just could not make it back to work. I was like, yo, I'm not coming back. I'm sorry. This Arby's is taking me down. They may have poisoned me because maybe they know it's my first time. They just trying to troll me. Maybe, your body's got to get used to eating Arby's, something. I don't know, but it almost took your boy out, man, and I swore off Arby's ever since. But apparently there's a large amount of Americans buying Arby's out here in these streets for $11 billion. And they got Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin & Robbins. So you know what that means. Arby's is going to start having donut sandwiches. Could you imagine a roast beef sandwich between 2 donuts? It's kind of like the loofah burger that you get from the fair. It's like 2 Krispy Kreme donuts and like a cheeseburger, but like an Arby version. Two powdered donuts with roast beef on it. I bet your Arby's got that coming soon. And then you can get a nice Baskin Robbins milkshake while you're there, while you're at it. But these people gonna get it, man. Somebody's gonna buy that stuff, man. Not your boy, not me. I'm not interested at all. I like my body too much to put myself through that type of stress and anxiety, especially with everything going on nowadays. But guys, this is the end of the podcast. I appreciate y'all listening to your boy. Again, man, check the episode notes below. And hey, subscribe and follow me on YouTube as well. I am tired, as you can see. It's been a long couple of days, and I'm just ready for the weekend to rest and recover. So you guys, hopefully you're able to do the same. Get that rest in. Just relax. Try to de-stress and just clear your mind as much as possible. And guys, we'll talk next week. I appreciate all y'all. Y'all be safe. Bye.